Surfers are the only kind of people that do this and are being sarcastic. Welcome to Movies with James. Today we're talking about The Shallows. Originally I was not going to make a review about this movie, but I recently watched it. I actually literally just watched it, and I got to talk about it because I hated it. But I'm going to make it into a review just because it's kind of what I do. So let's get into it. So The Shallows stars Blake Lively, 4 Mexicans, and a satanic shark. It somehow scored 77 on Rotten Tomato, which I'm still amazingly surprised by. Maybe they saved some money on their CGI budget by never actually showing a shark attack and just having Blake's reaction going to it instead of actually showing a shark killing someone. So they use that extra money to bribe film critics, but I don't know. It's called The Shallows, and it's about people swimming in water that's actually pretty fucking deep. So, explain, I don't understand the name of it. They should have called it The Depths. That would have been a better name for this movie, The Depths. Not The Shallows, The Depths. Made way more sense. So dumb. Also, I found out it's rated PG-13, which is probably why they don't show that much gore or violence. But it's about a giant, like, satanic shark that bites people to death. That's kind of an R-rated genre, in my opinion. It's a fun movie if you turn off logic or brain function, but you kind of know what's going to happen because it's PG-13 and they're not going to kill Blake. I mean, they're not going to kill her. But let's dig deeper in the movie. So the goods. I always talk about the goods of movies, but I hate this movie. And there's not a lot of goods, but I'm going to find some. Number 1 good, actually the only good, Blake Lively. Come on. Amazing performance, just overall exquisite ability to be in movies and to appear on screen, and her just overall, look, Blake's fucking damn hot. And people go, oh, you're being sexist looking at her beauty, but I actually am commending it. Not everyone can be that good looking. It's actually a talent, or luck, or a talent. Either way you look at it, she has a skill that not everyone can achieve. So it's actually worthy to put her in a movie. It's good enough just to put her in the movie because she's just like so great looking, even though she's just gushing blood and like not even wearing makeup. Or maybe she is, maybe waterproof makeup. I'm not sure how surfers do it. There's something going on there, definitely though. It actually made up for the dumbness of the movie, just her swimming around, you know, eating apples, getting attacked by sharks, freaking out, screaming. Just her overall appearance just took the edge off the whole illogical behavior of a crazy shark killing people and not even eating them. But let's recap the goods. Blake Lively's hot. Alright, so let's get into the bads. This is gonna be a long segment, so just bear with me. Number 1, this isn't necessarily the movie's problem, but this is just any dialogue that says, there's a shark in the water. Yeah, there's fucking tons of sharks in the water. It's the fucking ocean. That's where they live. There's no sharks in this water. Yeah, there's actually a shitload of sharks in this water. What are you talking about? That's why I don't like the ocean. It's literally a pool of giant sharks. So the story is she's just a little free spirit girl, kind of in med school, kind of not. I think her mom died, they tapped on that. Doesn't matter, that's all not really touched on. And anyway, she goes to the beach and she's like, oh, this is a beautiful little ocean. My mom was here one time. She's doing her little, you know, surfing, having a good time, looking great. And then she gets bit by a shark. But here's the deal though. It's a giant shark and her bite is like little nibble. You know when you give a chew toy to a dog and it like bites it and there's a little bite mark on it? It's not bitten through, but it's a little bite mark on it. That's her wound on her leg. If you had to get bit by a shark, it's like the best wound. The problem is though, this shark bites 3 other people in half. And these are men. I'm not just being sexist or generalizing, you know, bite capacity, but I feel it's easier to bite through Blake Lively than like a robust Mexican man. But unfortunately, this shark just bites through these guys in one chomp in half, and Blake's little nibble is what happens to her. Whatever. She climbs aboard this little rock formation and then has to, of course, perform surgery on her little gash. It's a big gash, but when it comes to shark bites, it's a little gash. So what does she do, of course? She has like all these little necklaces on. She's kind of like a little hipster. She has this necklace that's like kind of like a little half moon. She has like 9 of them all over the place. She starts taking them off and she's like stabbing her little necklace into her shark bite like stitches. And I'm thinking, is this a thing? Like, do surfers wear these little necklaces that are meant to be stitches in case you get attacked by a shark and have to like stitch your wound up on a rock? Is that a thing? Or is she just stabbing jewelry into her leg like it's gonna help? Either way, it's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. They should have just left it and she should have tied it off with a tourniquet like she did in the first place. She's also a medical student, so she has like this terminology she uses when she's documenting her experience. She's like, I have a radial fracture with a linear slice on my quadricep. Like, you have a shark bite. Just say you have a shark bite. It's literally just, you're describing a shark bite by saying vertical and radial, but it's just a shark bite. Anyone knows it's a curve on your leg. It's a shark bite. Don't be so like little Miss Know-It-All. She's on this little rock, and every few minutes in the movie it'll say like high tide in 6 hours, high tide in 5 hours. And the whole time I'm just thinking of the episode of SpongeBob when the guy's like, I experienced high tide, man! And he dies, even though he's underwater. Oh, funny episode. While she's on this little rock, she's there for maybe like 8 hours, 12 hours. She's there for like a few hours, but there's like crabs crawling on her, like little baby crabs, and she just picks one up and starts eating it. I'm like, are you that hungry? Are you that starving? You need a crab? You can't go 11 hours without having a snack? Then I started thinking, wow, she's in really good shape. Clearly she doesn't eat that much. I mean, I'm not judging. Actually, it looks great. I recommend not eating. Ironically, my dad literally just bought a beach house like last week, so I'm really excited to not enjoy swimming there. There's a little bird that likes to, a little seagull that likes to, you know, stand next to her while she's gushing blood on this little rock of hers. And she notices the bird's wings broken. And as the medical student, she fixes the bird's dislocated shoulder. Oh, I didn't know she took bird medicine. I helped the bird, yeah. Well, she ate the fucking crab, so birds help. Crabs eat alive. When she wakes up from her little nap on the rock, she notices there's like a big fat Mexican dude laying on the beach. I only say that because that's exactly who it is. Anyway, he's drunk and he stands up and she's like, help me, and the drunk guy's like, haha, I'm gonna steal your stuff. So he's in her bag taking her, you know, S7 Edge and all of her knickknacks and whatnot, and she's like, oh no, he's stealing my stuff, don't do that. And then the drunk guy notices that her surfboard is in the water, so he goes in to steal her surfboard, and she's like, no, don't do that. And I'm just thinking, oh yeah, let this thieving bitch get eaten, let's do it. And then what bugged me is, so of the movie, there's 4 other characters. The driver, who's a Mexican man, 2 surfers, 2 Mexican dudes, and then this guy. So out of the 4 Mexicans, one of them is this thieving bitch. I mean, statistically, this movie represents that 25% of Mexicans are little thieves. That is wrong. That is discrimination. I don't like that. I just think this movie unfairly represents Mexicans, showing that 25% of them are just little thieving bitches that steal iPhones or S7 Edges. I'm not sure what phone it was. Anyway, the thieving bitch gets the surfboard and he gets eaten. But as he gets eaten, you don't see him get eaten. All you see is Blake Lively go, oh no, he's getting eaten, her face. Then you see a scene of him on the beach with his legs kind of off to the side. Not like, you know, super gory, but still like, oh yeah, he's bitten in half. Which bugged me because this was a fat dude and this shark just chomped him in half. But Blake's little bite was fine. It made no sense. What's up with sharks just taking bites and swimming away? I mean, have you ever eaten a pear and just spit out the pear? But again, this is some kind of satanic shark. Blake originally was stuck on top of a dead whale and the shark knocked the whale over. If there's a dead whale right there, why don't you eat the dead whale? That's delicious. Yum yum. Delicioso. Why do you eat this little skinny blonde chick? I understand though, who wouldn't want to take a little bite of Blake? I'm saying that in a sexual way, not a cannibalistic way, of course. So back to the rock. She's on the rock and she's kind of stuck, but she notices there's a little, like a little buoy kind of in the distance, farther away from the shore though. She realizes that she needs to get over to the buoy because the tide's rising. So she's like, oh, I need to get over there. And she's like, oh, there's a bunch of jellyfish around here. I can swim through the jellyfish and the shark won't swim through the jellyfish. I hate jellyfish. They're aliens in my opinion. I look at them and I'm like, okay, clearly these are from a different planet, obviously. They're so fun and loving in SpongeBob, but they're just these little mysterious blobs of pain nowadays. One of the big things in the movie is her choosing to swim from the rock to the buoy. And you're like, is she gonna make it? Is the shark gonna get here? Well, the poster of the movie is her on the buoy. So yeah, I assume she's gonna get there. Having a picture of her on a buoy in the poster for the movie is like a poster for the Maze Runner of a guy outside of a maze. It's like a poster for Saving Private Ryan being a picture of Private Ryan with a sign saying, I'm safe. One of the surfers that kind of comes out to help her has a GoPro on, and he gets eaten, so, you know, his GoPro flies off because the shark's just so thrusting. She notices it, she's like, oh, I gotta get this camera, I gotta get the camera. She gets the camera and I'm like, okay, is she gonna make a Casey Neistat death vlog or something? She gets the buoy and then this is where the battle begins. She's like, I'm gonna fight it like my mom taught me to fight. When it comes to sharks, there's no fighting. There's getting bit and getting away. But no, not Blake. This is a PG-13 movie, right? With Blake Lively. All the 12-year-old girls are like, my girl Blake's gonna fight the shark. She's a tough girl. She can fight a shark. Not even a fucking shark can fight a shark. So when it comes to fighting sharks, you go, okay, she can fight a shark. But what's the last method of fighting a shark you would ever expect? Yeah, she lights the shark on fire. She finds a flare gun, shoots it at the shark, and there's a bunch of whale fat kind of oozing out from the dead whale right there, but that didn't kill the shark, because you know what the shark did when it got lit on fire? That's right, it went underwater. But then Blake devises this method of getting the shark in a location near the buoy, and she swims underwater with a chain really fast down underwater, and she somehow knows there's a bunch of sharp rebarb at the bottom of the water. A very deep water, remind you. This is not a shallow water, it's a deep water. And the shark's chasing her downwards, and she's going faster because she has like a metal chain, kind of like, Lost when Charlie takes the rocks down to the Dharma Initiative, little base. She's going down fast, and she's like, oh, rebarb, just as I suspected. And she dodges the rebarb, and the shark just gets impaled on the rebarb, and she's like, I got you, bitch. She goes in, and it's all goody two-shoes. But all these weird things she did, eat the crabs, light it on fire. Like, I don't know where she's getting these shark tips from. Rich Piana. You gotta confuse the shark. But it was just so illogical and dumb. I guess the biggest issue is that the shark is just so mad. It's just biting people night and day, and it always does like the the fin above the water, just to let you know I'm coming for you. I'm not saying don't watch it. I mean, it got some good stuff going on, but it's just really dumb and stupid. All right, let's rate this movie. We know what I'm gonna give it, but let's just have fun with it. 5 categories: story, acting, production, creativity, and watchability. Let's go. Story, dumb story. What's the story here? Girl goes in the water, shark tries to kill her, she waits, kills it, leaves. They have a little backstory like, oh, my mom died, I'm in medical school, I like to surf. 1 out of every 4 Mexicans are thieves. Bad story. 1, acting. I'm not sure, is it good acting to look good? Because she's not a bad actress. She's a great looking actress. She sounds great. I'm really commending her on her appearance, but that is essence of acting. She acts like a great looking person. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 3 because it wasn't any bad acting. On the shark's behalf, it was kind of shitty, but he's a shark. I'm gonna let it be 3. Production. Their production of making a shark that was just really pissed off and dumb looking. It was terrible. It wasn't even a good looking shark. Like, it was so clearly fake. Like the way they had it just kind of moving around slowly, it was so obviously just a robot or a foam piece. It wasn't even a good looking shark. And the way it chomped down was so mechanical looking and CGI looking. It wasn't even, I understand like they're not gonna make it a real shark, but actually why can't they add real sharks to movies? Is that against the law? Why can't they get some sharks in here? That'd be awesome. Nothing bad about the production, it's just like 3. Creativity, there's no creativity here whatsoever. Some guys like, sharks are scary, let's make a scary shark movie with a hot girl. It's so cliche. Really beautiful girl, swimming, being all cool, evil shark comes in to ruin her day. No creativity whatsoever. 0. Watchability, wow, this is a hard one because I watched it and I kept watching because I'm like, come on, lose a leg, lose a finger, something has to happen entertaining. I'm just gonna be fair and say, you know what? It's not a movie that you really need to watch, but it's not a movie that you're not gonna not watch because it has its place in the world. 2. 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 0 plus 2.
It's 9.
9 times 4.
It's 36.
36. Okay, correct score of The Shallows is 36. Well, I'm gonna call it the depths. So correct score of the depths is 36. Perfect score. Perfect score, that's exactly what this is. Because I mean, it's not like a 1 or 2. That'd be like, I don't know, Ghost Rider 2, or Jack and Jill, one of those movies. That's a 2%. It's a entertaining movie. Blake was great in it. It's just so stupid. Not to mention extremely racist, having one of the 4 Mexicans a thieving fat alcoholic bitch. A great white does not go in the shallows. A great white would never go in the shallow. A great white goes to the depths. The depths. This movie, I mean, I would have probably given it a 50% if it was like a group of tiger sharks who teamed up with some bull sharks and then some lemon sharks to go, hey, let's form a shark gang. It's a great movie idea. Shark Gang. Michael Bay, get on it. Okay, some final thoughts on this movie. This is actually a good movie for certain occasions. If you want a nice romantic evening, great movie. It's like a win-win for both people in the relationship. So the girl will be like, ooh, I'm a little scared. This is a little scary, but I like the empowered girl and I love Blake Lively. I kind of like this movie. And the guy will be like, ooh, my girl's really scared. She's kind of pressing against me. I like that. Ooh, and Blake Lively's good looking. I wish I could swap this one for that one. So it's a win-win. Thank you for joining me in this episode of Movies with James. It has been an absolute pleasure to bring you this movie review. Well, more of a movie criticism, but either way, it's been a pleasure. I would appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And watch out for sharks.